day one of posting raw, unfiltered, practical social skills advice until I get to 500 followers. So I struggled with social anxiety for a good like 5 to 6 years, from the time that I was 12 to the time that I was about 16, maybe a little further on than that. And one of my biggest struggles with social anxiety was worrying that everyone else was judging me. I think at the end of the day, that's kind of the biggest struggle with social anxiety. So overcoming this problem in myself put me in a massive step toward becoming less socially anxious, becoming more socially confident. But this was a deeply rooted problem in me. I don't know if it was some kind of childhood trauma thing or something like that, where I became so concerned with what other people were thinking of me, whatever. But when I tell you this was deeply rooted in me, I mean like I thought random people at the grocery store, random people at 7-Eleven, people driving by me in the car were like judging my actions, were like minusculely looking at every minuscule action I was doing and then judging those things. For example, I'd be at my rec center gym when I used to work out there. I'd be doing my workout and I'd be thinking that I need to, stay in line, follow the social script and not do anything cringe because people were going to watch me, see that action, label it as cringe, label me as cringe in their mind, and then see me as the cringe kid at the rec center gym. Now, the way that I overcame this, and the thing that you might try to overcome this fear of judgment of other people, is just to internalize that 95% of people's attention is on themselves. They don't really have the mental bandwidth to be focused on you. So, for example, when I see someone do something cringe, that's supposedly cringe, like for example at my rec center gym, I saw this girl doing box jumps one time and she like tripped and fell on the box and smashed her face on the wall in front of her. And I would have been super embarrassed if this happened to me, but the reality is that I watched this happen, registered it for probably like 20 seconds, felt bad for her, maybe giggled a little bit in my brain, and then just went back to focusing on whatever I was focused on. It's not like I labeled this girl as weird or cringe or stupid or something like that for making a mistake. So just realize that people aren't focused on you, they're so focused on themselves. We all know we have a problem with selfishness in our society. People are not self sacrificing, they're very selfish, they're worried about themselves. So nobody is focused on your actions, okay? You're also not that important. People are focused on themselves. Save and follow for more.